Hello, I'm Whitney. Welcome to this reading for the upcoming Hunter's full moon on Sunday, October 9th. And yes, we are now in October and we're into fall. October is one of my favorite months. I love fall and I also love Halloween and this time of the witching season. So happy October to you. And this, we call this the hunter's moon because it's representative of some of the rituals of fall, which often involves a lot of time spent outdoors and hunting back in the day and to this day. Not many of us, or not all of us do this, but it's a thing. So here we are. We've also made our way out of Mercury retrograde. Congratulations. I don't know how it was for all of you. I found it not too disruptive. However, I had a little bit of an aftershock. For me, when it finished, I felt bam, bam, bam. A few things happened like on October 2nd. I was like, what? I thought we were out. But they do say that there's a shadow period, right? So even before and after the retrograde, we're still a little bit in the mix of it, but we are on our way out. However, we do still have several planets in retrograde at this moment. And we have Mars going into retrograde at the end of the month. So, we're still kind of in it for the long haul for the rest of this year. So with that said, let's look at this moon particularly and see what's coming in. What are the energies surrounding this full moon in Aries? So it is a Aries full moon. So if you've got Aries in your chart, particularly if your moon is in Aries, then this reading will pertain to you. And this full moon will be very strong for you. So Aries, as I've explained many times, or at least twice with my readings, the sign for the full moon is the opposite sign of the current solar sign. So right now we're in Libra, the beautiful sign of balance, and we had the full moon in Libra, and now we're in the time of the full moon. Sorry, we had the new moon in Libra. We're in the time of the full moon, and so it's in Aries because it's the opposite, which to me creates a really fascinating and interesting balance because Aries, all right, to me, he's the emperor. It's that leadership power. It's that fire energy. Aries is a fire sign. And Aries is very much about, the self-focus. It's about me. It's okay, what am I doing now? How am I harnessing my power? How am I forging ahead? The Aries also always reminds me of the Knight of Wands, where it's like, okay, I got this idea. I'm going for it. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm not waiting for anyone's permission. I'm not waiting for anyone to tell me to go. I'm going. And that can be fantastic. But I love this moon because this Aries energy is coming through in Libra season. And Libra is much more logical and a bit more rational and is, of course, always maintaining or working to maintain or considering balance. So I feel like that Libra energy is coming to say, okay, I see that you want to launch off. However, if you could just take this into consideration and look at this component and take some time to consider some things, your big old launch might be more successful. So I feel like that's where we're in for this moon, because I feel that even though I do feel that we've come out of sort of this blocked energy that we had sort of in like, July, August frame time, where like a lot was shifting and changing. And now we're getting close to like actually experiencing that change and new things coming to fruition. However, what this moon offers is it's going to be illuminating energies around what needs to heal, maybe shift a little bit the energies within for our authentic expression to come through whatever we're about to step into. So to me, I'm getting this visual, maybe because I brought up the Knight of Wands, but almost like a horse at a racetrack who's like waiting behind that gate before they open it. And I feel like we've made, like, that's a long way to make it, right? Like you've trained, you've done everything, you've researched, you've reconsidered what you're doing. And now you're at this gate, and the gates are about to be open and you're about to run, you're about to go. But this is a time where, again, full moons illuminate things. They shed light. It's that big, beautiful light in the sky, bright moon. And it's giving you a chance to kind of see, what energies can kind of be balanced to help bring out our ultimate alignment, right? Okay, if you're about to step out of these gates with what you're doing, how can you get everything aligned? And to me, that's the Libra kind of whispering in our ear to that Aries that's like, let's go, let's go. It's like, wait a minute. If you just took a little bit more time to research this, to maybe take some time to reflect on what you've done so far or what hasn't worked for you. Because when I think of this, it's also that same energy of the horse at the gate is kind of like when we've had a string of not so great relationships and we're like, yeah, I really need to change my dating ways. And then somebody comes in that's exciting. We're like, let's go. And it's like, wait, maybe take a chance to think about how can I do things differently this time? What hasn't worked? What could work differently? And it's not just, I feel like the last month was more about nothing was quite happening yet. So it's just sort of a time of reflection. But now it's like things are starting to happen. Like that person might actually ask you out, or you might actually have a date where you are going to be launching a business or doing a workshop or trying something new. And it's so you can see it, but again, you're behind the gates, you're not quite there yet. So you have that exciting Aries energy because Aries is exciting. It's like he's got that, that spear, that wand that's like got a fire going and it's like, let's go. But we're still in Libra. So we're still like, okay, we're reconsidering. And in general, the energy I feel right now at this time is very much like sort of that calm and comfortable, cozy energy that you think of with fall, where again, it's not quite yet time to get out of the gates. It's time to kind of sit with, and we can still have that creative energy of Aries, but we're thinking, okay, let me look at the past 6 months. What's worked, what hasn't? What could I shift? What are things that have had a good reception to? What are things that haven't gone as well as I thought they would? Again, if it's with love or anything else, or maybe if you're looking for a home, okay, well, this area just seems like a dead zone. Nothing's coming to fruition here. And, this kind of dating situation, maybe it's online dating, just isn't doing much. So how can I adjust things so that when I do get out the gates, again, they'll be optimal. So just kind of thinking about that get excited, get into that Aries energy, but allow for some of that balancing. And I think in general, like words that are coming for me right now are trust and prepare. And I think that's a lot of what this is you're preparing, right? You're preparing yourself for what, again, you may already know about someone that you just met and you're going to start dating, some new job opportunity, some change in your business, or an approach to something, maybe in your health, maybe in your wellness. And then here's also a big thing that keeps coming through for me. Success is at hand. Okay. It's there. We've done a lot of work. We've done the healing. This whole past year, 2 years has been about that deep, dark excavation of work and changes and really digging up some of that painful emotions that had to come through. So we've done a lot of the work. So now it's about trusting and knowing that success is coming. So allow yourself time. That's a big thing. So often we work, and then we're like, well, wait a minute, where are my results? Trust that we can sit back a little, do some of the logistic work, plan, reflect, evaluate, and just trust that at just the right time, that gate is going to open and off we go, like that Knight of Wands. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and pull some cards on this, because I'll be curious if that Knight of Wands comes out or something similar, some fire energy. And also remember that Aries is it can be a bit of aggressive energy. And we do have that Mars retrograde coming, and that will still be within this full moon's energy. And that Mars can bring about some, competitive, aggressive, maybe conflict type of stuff going on. So we want to be mindful, again, being in that sort of trusting state, thinking before acting, which is hard for Aries. And Aries is also very independent, but it's also a pioneer. So that's the exciting thing is like, you've got that boldness in you right now. With this moon comes boldness. Soak that up, feel into that. If you're feeling bold about something, maybe it's time to get ready to go for it. Okay. So what I've got is the Thoth Tarot deck, and we're going to pull some of these and see what wants to come through. For this reading, for the Hunter Full Moon in Aries this Sunday, October 9th. September, but hey, it still kind of feels like that September, October energy of early fall, which is so beautiful. All right. Ooh, let's see what we got. Ooh, okay. So it's not the Knight of Wands, but baby, it's the Chariot, which is basically to me the major arcana of the Knight of Wands. You are moving. What did I say? Oh my gosh, look. He's got these. I mean, in this card, it's not horses, but in the traditional chariot, I mean, these are something. They're more like sphinxes. Okay, I'll take that too. He's got his chariot. He is waiting at the gates. Just like I said, trust that your success is coming. There's a bite out of this card. See, it's just so excited. It's tearing itself up. This is a card of success, determination, power. This is a really strong energy coming through. So it is truly saying, just wait, just trust that at the right time, those gates are going to open and you're going to be ready. Because look at this guy. He's built his chariot. He is good to go. You're good to go. So don't rush it too much. I know that Aries energy is going to want to just get going, be impulsive, but just trust that you have created the perfect vehicle, your perfect self to move into what's about to come in this next cycle. And it could be a month, it could be 2 months, it could be through the end of the year, but it is coming. Just trust that you've already done the work. Success is there. Just trust the timing. Bam, chariot. Oh man, I love the chariot. That's exciting. Okay, let's get maybe one more. It's all kind of toppled out, so I'm not going to take all of them. And maybe even 2 more. We'll see what wants to come out, but we'll see. Oops, this one flipped. Okay, so we'll take this. Oh, okay. Look what we're chariot is riding into. The 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups. Dreams coming true. The chariot and the 9 of Cups. I mean, come on. So there's emotional fulfillment waiting if we're patient and allow for this success to happen when it's meant to happen. Allow for this movement, allow for this change, allow for everything we've worked so hard for to take off just when it's meant to. To me, the cups hold space for you to be reflective and loving of yourself and others and everything in your life. That's what I'm getting is, you know, this is change. The chariot is change and exciting times and success, but we also have to hold true to what's in our heart because we don't want to lose track of why we did everything we did. It's because of a dream we had, of something we desired that means a lot to us. So sometimes life gets so busy and crazy, which it can with this chariot energy coming through. But this is saying there's also going to be so much that you've always dreamed of. So really allow yourself to maybe take some time and sit with that before the action happens, when we're kind of being impatient and feeling like, when is this chariot going to be ready to get out of the gates? Just say, okay, you know, I trust that these 9 cups are going to be filled at the right time with all my dreams, whether it's love or work or home or just internal emotional peace and, you know, changes that we've always wished for. Just different things are coming your way. So just tapping in with that and sitting and saying, I can't wait, and connect with that, because that helps us to have the best of intentions, right? Not just movement for movement's sake, change and success for the sake of success. This is my dream coming true, and I cannot wait. And I'm going to share it because look at it, the cuppeth floweth over many, many times over. So yeah, kind of allowing for that space. Okay, and I just feel like we need one more. No, not like that. One more, maybe not. We'll see. Maybe we'll just jump into the animal spirit, which I also felt called to grab. Oops. Ooh, okay. So this is the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands, again, it's fire energy, and this is really powerful. So to me, it's kind of connected with this. It's saying what's kind of waiting for this gate to open is for us to drop, is to finally give up something that we've been battling with, right? The 10 of Swords is, so it says oppression, right? So we're coming out of our past. We're having a rebirth. That's what I just got. This, when we come out of these gates, people are going to be like, who is that? Maybe not literally, but something about you is going to seem different to you, to others, in many different ways. For many of us at this time, there's a true rebirth happening. And it's that final moment. The 10 is the end of a cycle, right? So it's saying, but the key for this gate to open is finally ending this battle. And look how this one is divided. It has the 8 of Wands in the back, which is sudden things happening all the time, all at once, which kind of reminds me of the Chariot. Like we talked about, everything's going to be moving fast, many different things, many different changes, many different opportunities coming at once. But look, there's these two very strong wands at the front that need to be seen. And I feel like those are the two that are maybe things that have held us back. Maybe it's things that we've held on to about that we felt like we weren't capable of, we weren't good enough for. And I feel like we really need to kind of grab these wands and give them acknowledgement so that we can let them go. And then these open and it's just all fun, fiery change, baby. But first, these wands have to be dropped, these wands of obligation that are no longer serving us and they're no longer even representative of who we are anymore. Maybe it's something that we're like, okay, I have to do this every day and I have to keep working at this. But there's two things in our life right now, that's what I'm getting, that we have to say, no, I'm going to allow that to go so that I can open these gates and move into things that I could never even have dreamed of. Or maybe I did dream of them because my dreams are about to come true. So definitely something, let the 10 of Wands, let that completion happen. Drop those burdens, drop that feeling of oppression, because guess what? That's behind you. Days of oppression are done. If you've come so far as to watch a reading like this, it's because you've done the work to get here. And it is time for these gates to open, crazy, wonderful, exciting change to happen, fast and fiery success and dreams, beautiful dreams coming true. Okay, so I like this. I like this. Let's see what animal is coming through for this moon, for all this exciting change happening fast. That's too many. Whoops, this one flew out, so I'm going to grab him. What is it? Oh my gosh, I love it. The stag spirit. Take the lead. Take the lead. What does that sound like? What does that look like? Oh, maybe the Chariot. Who's that guy? The leader. Look at, he's leading the pack. He's off. He's running. Look at how strong that stag is. Look at that knowing he has. Look at that assuredness. He has a vision. He sees it very clearly. He's ready. He's ready to take the lead. We got to harness that Aries energy where they have a strong sense of leadership, independence, and a pioneer. When we are in this sort of pioneer mindset, that's where you're not waiting for someone to tell you what to do, or you're not waiting to do what's already been done and taking the known path. You're taking the lead and you're blazing your own path. So blaze that path and get excited for all this exciting change to come. But before, in the calm, right? The calm before all this crazy wildness, tap into your heart and remember why you did all of this work, for all of this love to overflow from you. Remember what's most important to you, so I can have peace, so I can find true, lasting, meaningful love, so I can honor the true, meaningful love in my life now, so I can do work that I've always wanted to do and share with others, so I can find a home that's my true sanctuary, so I can make my home a sanctuary, so I can make these changes so that my life feels more like a beautiful, calming place to be. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. Have a beautiful full moon. Take care.